Welcome to season 2 of Once Upon a Surgery. I'm the host, Kerry Berlet, wife of world-renowned plastic surgeon, Dr. Anthony Berlet. Today, this is the Self-Love After 50 episode of Once Upon a Surgery, and I'm here with a fellow podcast host, Kelley Fahey, who has the podcast Still Can't Cook. And before we get into the work she's had done, I wanted to hear about Kelley and your podcast and tell us like the history of how that all happened.
I will. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. So yeah, how it started was I've always been told that I was funny and I love telling stories, right?
Okay.
The two things are facts. So I had a girlfriend who wanted to do a podcast, and a group of us got together and we're doing it together, but no one heard it but us. It was she's famous.
Okay.
But she was doing it and kind of thinking she might pitch it with the four of us, but we were continuously shooting it, and I fell in love. I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I love telling stories. I love having a voice. It's quick. It's easy. And she ended up deciding not to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, wah, wah, what about me now?
Yeah.
So before she decided not to, we had sent it to a specific person, Deanna DaCosta, which is now my producer.
Okay.
And she got to hear, one of the only people in the world who got to hear this one podcast. And I called her and I said, hey, I really think this might be my thing. I felt really good. What do you think? And she was like, I will do it. And it's fantastic. It's the best thing I've ever done. I love every minute of it.
Right. And the general theme of your podcast is?
The general theme is it's about being unmarried, no children, not taking the everyday road. I went a little bit off the beaten path and decided to live my life on my own terms, and how that looks after 50. Menopause being a big part of it.
Of course.
Female friendships as you get older, changing relationships, choices that you make along the way, and just about the ride and what it's like to get here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And as part of it, I know it was actually, I think the day, was it that it had just started?
It was the teaser launch.
Okay, yeah.
December
the teaser
10th.
Launch, December 10th last year, when you ran into my husband.
It was.
Yeah.
I'd say that I can manifest things, and I tell you, I've wanted a facelift since I can remember. I mean, when I was younger, my mother had one exactly the same age as me.
Really?
Yeah. My best friend's mom was an esthetician, and esthetician.
Okay.
I can't say the word.
Right.
Esthetician. And she had one in her early 30s, and she just continuously had one, so she just stayed young forever.
Okay.
So I saw women who had facelifts, and I was like, I'm going to do that. And I knew, facially speaking, with my genetics.
Right.
My genetics, I knew I was going to have wrinkles.
Okay.
Sorry, Mom. But I always knew I wanted one. But when you see yourself for the first time on camera, moving, I took a lot of selfies and I did a lot of cute little, videos with your friends. But when you're 1 hour face to face with a camera, and you're like, I look like a Shar-Pei. I couldn't believe it. I left my house so excited about the podcast, but also like, oh my God, I really need to do it. And I went to Capitol Grill. Okay. And I'm sitting with a friend of mine, and she was not quiet. She was not quiet. And I was saying, this is what I want to do. And from behind, he had overheard her saying that, we're going to do this surgery. And he turned around and just said, hi, I'm a plastic surgeon. I was like, I'm 007.
Right.
It was pretty close. Your husband is pretty close to 007.
Yes.
And he just said, no, you don't need A, B, and C.
Right.
And what you do need is this, this, and this. And it was, I swear I heard harps. I was
really?
Ah. It was like he came running through the field after. No, it was it couldn't have been more perfectly timed. It was the right time, it was the right place, clearly the right doctor. And I just couldn't believe it, because I was like, I made that happen. I totally manifested
I feel like
him.
it does, like the universe, sometimes you manifest, things just stars aligned, right?
Absolutely stars aligned. And he, as you know, he's just fantastic. And it was like from the beginning, from the first conversation, great, you're charming, great, you telling me what I shouldn't do, but I need to research you anyway. You know what I mean? So for me, I was like, I left there going, that's him, it's great, I love him. And I was like, oh God, I got to find out about him now.
Right, I know, because anyone can sell themselves, right? And not everyone's good. There's a lot of bad plastic surgery.
It was really, first and foremost, to be honest, I was like, I knew I was in.
Right.
I knew it. I was sure there was going to be no negative reviews. And so first what everybody does, and they go online. And then I was like, you know what? You know what it's like. People can lie online. And I ended up calling people, and my the woman who does my filler and Botox here in the city I called her, and I said, it's going to be random, but do you happen to know Dr. Berlet? She goes, oh, of course I know Dr. Berlet. Blah, blah, blah. And she went on and on and on. She knew where the office was, and she had friends, and she had people call me. And then I had a girlfriend in New Jersey. I did all the work. I did all the, and she works at a salon, and it was like, I ended up having 5 or 6 people who had had surgery, had been to him, everything from face to breasts, and everybody was like, he's the greatest. And I was like, I knew it.
Okay.
I knew it was kismet.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Wait, and you're 55, right? Or okay, you don't like to say your age?
No, I don't.
That's right.
First of all, there's nothing I don't say. Have you watched my podcast?
Right.
There's nothing I don't say.
Yeah.
No, I'm 54. I'll be 55 this year.
54. Okay, 54. Okay, because I was going to say, because I'm 50, because I was like, I feel like, now, did you feel like once you hit a certain age, and all of a sudden everything kind of, so I do feel like in the last year, I'm kind of like, my time is coming. Like,
it's, to be honest, for me, it was a gradual transition of knowing it was happening as it was happening. I literally was like, and mine was my neck.
Okay.
I really had a big issue with the neck and the lower jowls.
Okay.
So I went as far as buying tape. I did like the old-fashioned beauty stuff, like from the 40s movies.
Would you go out with like tape?
I would go out and just hold my neck, because the tape never worked. Sorry, I didn't find the right tape.
Right.
But I kind of watched it happening as it was happening.
Okay.
And then finally, it was really when I saw myself straight on camera, saw the different angles from the podcast, where I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because you can look at you know how we have our best face in the mirror.
Yes, yeah.
So I was giving my best face until I couldn't. And then literally, when I tell you the stars aligned, the day I watched the teaser was the day I met your husband. It was the day that everything in me was like, oh no, we gotta go with this.
Right.
This is not Kelley Fahey. You know what I mean? It was like, this is Kelley Fahey's grandmother. I couldn't believe it. I looked like a Sharpay. It was like shocking. But I talk about it. I have a whole episode on the podcast about meeting him and the whole transition of. Yeah. It was magic.
Right. Amazing. And I just have a random, because I feel like there's a parallel between this, as you reach this menopausal age, right? So now I have all these friends that are doing hormone replacement therapy, which again, I was sort of like, I wasn't for it, but then you hear more, and I feel like it's a similar kind of, you reach this 50 age, so it's like with plastic surgery and hormone replacement therapy, there are a lot of parallels, because it's about sort of just maintaining,
taking care of yourself.
Yeah, it's about taking care. And so, and at first, I think now I am interested in potentially doing that hormone replacement therapy, because it's like you hear that can help everything, like everything from your sleep, longevity. And there was actually, that controversy that just came out that now they said it caused cancer, and now it does.
They were wrong.
They were wrong. And so, I mean, I feel like people can be judgmental about either procedure, but it's just like, as you reach 50, right? I don't
want to overtalk, I'm sorry.
Sure, no. Yeah.
You have to make a decision that makes the most sense for you. And if you're blessed and menopause comes and it doesn't give you all the side effects, if you are still really sexually active, and if you're still really energetic and you sleep well and you don't sweat your life away in bed, if you don't have those things, whoever you are, God bless you, I don't know you and I'm not you. The minute I started my menopause, it was immediately sweaty, mood swings, weight gain, everything happened at the same time. So I went on to hormone replacement after doing blood work. I did do the blood work. Back then, they still thought that the estrogen caused cancer. So I did all of do you have all of these genes that could possibly blah, blah. There's a million cancers. There's some cancers that are genetic cancers, and they can test for those markers. So I, in fact, did do that. Knock on wood, I didn't have any of those things. And so I started on the testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone, and I swear by it.
Really?
Life-changing. Night and day.
No, that's great to know. I mean, it's like, again, we just want to do everything you can to keep like everything together as long as you can, to maintain. It's not like, chasing youth, but it's just about like feeling normal.
It's one of the biggest questions that I get on the podcast. People will come in and ask me a lot of the text messages or the emails that they send in. It's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, please, you need to see a doctor. Like, I can tell you what I'm taking, but don't take it. Everyone, you have to have blood work.
And there are different ways of doing it.
You also then have to have regular blood work once you start it, which I also talk about how I went really crazy with the testosterone and not had it tested because I had the breakup. And so I was in the transition state, which is want to talk about that again.
Right.
But you need to, if you're going to do it, and I support highly that you do it, because it does, all of a sudden you gain weight. Like no one talks about that. Like, we do care if we gain weight. Yeah. First, it's like you look a little bit younger when you gain weight, right? Because your face gets a little fuller.
The
it's
fat.
Like, you got, it's like, does it look younger around my belly now too, and my butt? Like, no, everything's getting fatter. So when you level off, when you finally get the proper numbers, which takes the right amount of estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and you got to go and you got to do the blood work, and then, which is what happened to me, your body's right, your mind is right, you want to have sex again, and then you have an old lady face, and you're like, what am I doing? Am I going to go out in a mask to pick up somebody? Yeah, it's like, everything else is tight. And I was like,
and then probably even just if you did have some weight loss, that probably contributed to the droopy face. Yeah. All right. And so then now let's get into the face and like the prep. And I know you were so nervous, right? Had you ever done any plastic surgery before?
No. What I had done was every filler, as your husband will talk about, every filler, I did string lifts. I had been doing fillers and Botox since I was in my 30s.
Wow.
As soon as I found out, I was like, well, I could do this. He had to like scrape piles, and he literally said, and I'll let him tell you, but he said he knew where everything was.
Oh, really?
It was crazy. He's like, you had radius here, and you had Juvederm there. And I was like, oh God, I did. And he was like, it stuck to my...
Wow.
I'll let him tell the story, but I say no to filler.
Wow, okay.
So I had done everything aside from cutting.
Okay.
And so we ended up, he suggested, and he was correct, I did upper and lower eyes.
Okay.
I did the full face, the neck, and he did a little lip lift, which was amazing, and I wasn't expecting it. And we talked about it, but it was like, but he did it, and it was great. It was the greatest thing ever. He didn't do it without my permission. He just said this would be great, and I was like, I don't know what that even means.
Right.
And he did it, and it was...
Your lips look amazing. I mean, again, they don't, because it's again, like, there's so many bad lips, but it's like, and the people are nervous about the lip lift, but it just adds.
Well, he had said it, and I was like, I don't know even what that means. And then what he also did is he took fat from my neck and put it in my lower lip, so my own body fat, rather than the filler. And it looks, I had done filler a million times, and my body ate it.
Right.
I did filler in my lips. I would come out like a duck. I'd have a really bad reaction, and 3 days later, I had no more filler in the lip.
Right.
So now my natural body fat that he put in the lip was the greatest. I mean, he did it all. I did all of it.
Yeah. I mean, and I feel like you did say that people hadn't even, because especially with this coat, your eyes are insane, right? And people hadn't even noticed your eyes before, right?
The morning after the surgery, the first time I looked at myself, my eyes were a color I had never seen, but I make a joke because I had black eyes. I should just walk around with it. I got to punch
There's quite a contrast, right?
When they're black. There's something about the purple and the red. I'm like, I got to change my eyeliner. But my eyes were so extreme that the next day I was on the phone with my girlfriends, and my one friend was like, did he change your eye color? Like, what did he shoot in your eyeball? I'm like, nothing. And then everyone thought he did my cheeks too, because he took the old filler out.
Right.
Everyone's like, you look so much more contoured. I'm like, yeah, because it's my real bone structure. I had all this, and you didn't even know. It was so aging. I look back now at just the filler, because I have
that was probably a lot of money too, that you just
it was so much money. And when I did a full season of Still Can't Cook without the facelift, and I talked about it on day one. My first episode, I talk about it, and then season 2 of the next season of 2 seasons. First episode, I said, this year I'm going to have a facelift. And sure enough, by the second show, I had the facelift.
Right.
Yeah, he's like a magic worker. Yeah.
And so what did you think? So you actually, because it's more common now these days for him to do it under local, but you did it under general. Was that just because you're a wimp?
First of all, you can ask him about what a wimp I am, because I am such a wimp. Yeah, I did it. I was too afraid to wake up. I thought if I wake up and my face is off, I'm probably going to have a bad reaction. It's probably not going to go well.
Right.
And we did it with, I have to say, I was more afraid of doing it in the office. I just was who I was. So when I got to the hospital, and again, everybody was great, and his office people are great. People met me. He came to see me before the surgery. But even going in, I was like, am I doing this? Am I really going to get my face taken off my body?
Right.
And yeah, I'm so glad. I would do it 100 times. The only thing for me, the eyes, he was taking staples out of my neck, and I was like, so we're talking, and he's popping, But then he just took one little stitch out of my eyeball, and I was like a telenovela around the house. He's like, calm down, it's one stitch. I'm like, But I just have sensitive eyes. But the face, the neck,
we all have
hurt.
different sensitive areas,
nothing,
certain things.
People have asked me if it hurt. And it is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I had appendicitis and I had stomach surgery, and the thing about appendicitis is you can't move your body without moving your stomach.
Right.
So with this, I was like, oh, this is going to be crazy. I remember getting up and down. But in reality, you cannot move. As long as you can move your mouth,
right.
You don't have to move your head. And soon enough, you can. It's fantastic.
Right. And what did you think? Because I know, so you wake up, right? And then you have this bandage around your, so because some people hate it, some people, like, what did you think? Because does it make you claustrophobic?
No, so it's funny too, I keep referring, but I do talk about this because on my podcast.
Yes.
But one thing your husband had said to me was, this is going to be a big one. Waking up, you're going to be packed, you're going to be closed in. Some people freak out, and I am claustrophobic. So I'm like, oh, great, this is going to be. I'm going to be cut open and wrapped up.
Right.
But for me, it was so comforting to be safe in there. Like I got mine off early. We did the wrap early. I got it like 11 or 12 o'clock, and was going to keep it till 3. Not that I remember every detail, but I do. But I felt really safe inside there.
Okay.
Like, underneath here is the new me. You know what I mean? It was almost like, what is it, Elephant Man, when they do the unwrapping? Like, I was like, I don't want to see. But yeah, but when we took it off, it was like, that did not freak me out at all. I know that, I liked that I felt safe. I know it covers your ears, but there's, you know, I had stitches in my ears, which was crazy. I had little like furry stitches sticking out of my ears. Like my grandfather.
It's like,
but yeah, no, it was.
And what about the first shower?
First shower was like a horror film.
Was there like just blood?
So I didn't know. I'm going to give you all these pictures. I didn't realize it. I had thought that my hair up in this ponytail to the side, it was a side 80s ponytail, which I loved. I thought he was doing it as a joke. It was all held back by blood. And I didn't realize this.
Right.
So my friend who was with me, my friend Shelley, was like, okay, you got to take a shower. I'm like, I'm so cute. I don't have to do anything. I got my side ponytail. It's like, enough with the Vicodin or whatever it was, like value. She's like, you're going to take a shower. Yeah. So I did, in fact, go face away. I faced away from the shower. And she just, but man, it looked like a scene from Kerry. My floor was covered. But I mean, you have these moments. When he took the first stitch, there was some weird stitch he had that went under my chin. I didn't even know it was there. So for a while, you know, it was like this. I'm like, is this how my face going to go? And then he took this thing out, and my jaw started working again. Like, I don't know what kind of magic thing he did, but yeah. No, the blood was crazy. Yeah. The healing was quicker and easier, and I shot. I know. My podcast. What was it? 4 weeks? 3 weeks? 3 weeks later, I did the podcast. I was still bruised.
Yeah, the only thing, because you had the eyes. The bruising can,
But it also kept it. They look fabulous, though.
Yeah.
It's like,
you like the bruise.
This is like the best eye color I've ever had. Yeah. Yeah, no. It's still, apparently it's a year of process of healing.
Right, yeah.
And every day, I think
every day it gets better and better. Yeah.
But the neck for me my biggest, I don't know if y'all can see how fabulous the neck is. But he really just... This was, and we'll have pictures hopefully, and you can go check out my podcast where I look like I'm got jowls down to here. But this was, for me, the biggest. Changed what I wear.
Really?
Oh, I've never worn the sweater. I've had this sweater for like 4 years.
Why? Because you were so...
I saw it as soon as it hit my neck. I couldn't. I would wear anything long in the front, so you can have my décolletage, or what is it called? Décolletage?
Décolletage. Yes.
My chest.
Whatever, yes.
But I would wear things that were open here to take away from how much of my neck was loose. But now I wear, like, it's crazy. It changed the way I dress, the way I feel. I wear my hair up all the time now.
Really? And you didn't before?
I did before, but unhappily.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would not be comfortable. Now I prefer it. I was going to wear my hair up here. And I was like, oh, then you're going to see maybe my extensions. So.
Oh, did you do that? See, I don't think...
I need new extensions, so you're going to see them.
Interesting. Yeah. And so, and then I love this story. Can you tell the story about the dog walker?
This was crazy. So I'm outside my building. So this is what I'm saying. Since doing the facelift, and since it's kind of now getting back to a normal face, I wear my hair up all the time now, and it's just clean and fresh, and I feel pretty. And I was out walking the dog, and my dog doesn't like kids. Unfortunately, he doesn't like toddlers. He doesn't understand them. They scare him. So we're on one side of the street, and there's a child doing some odd moves across the street, so Oliver starts to bark. So I'm like, no, and he's looking, and the woman says, oh, is that Oliver? And I'm like, I'm already, I might look young, but I'm still blind like 54. So I'm like, I don't know who you are. So she comes across the street, and she's like, oh, I live in the building, and my son is named Oliver as well. And she said, I think I know your dog walker. So I said, oh, you do? And she said, yeah, she hangs out with Ellen, and Ellen is a dear friend of mine in my building. And I was like, my dog walker hangs out. I said, I'm sorry, what is she? Because, she's got brown curly hair. Older lady. I said, oh my God, that's me. She goes, no, the woman, she's older. I go, no.
Really? So and she was dead serious?
Dead serious. I go,
wow.
I should have just said it was my mother.
Right.
I said, oh my God, I love her, it's my mom. But I was like, no, really, I just had a facelift. And then I'm like, shut up, Kelly, don't tell everybody. But I just had a facelift, and that's me. And she was like, are you serious? You go to my floor all the time with Ellen? I'm like, that's me. And she was like, oh my God, you look great. I'm like, I know. It's like, I know. I'm the old, new, young me.
I would have, you should have seen if she was going to talk shit about you.
I know, but that old bitch, what you do?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Because do you even have a dog walker?
No.
Okay,
I have dog sitters, yes. I do have dog sitters because I have a very spoiled dog.
Okay.
But not a dog walker that she would know that looks like me. No. It was definitely me. It was crazy. And it was real. I mean, for me, I came home and I TikToked it. I was telling everybody.
Yeah.
I sent you guys the video. Right?
I know. I loved it.
So
yes. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah. The new old me.
Right.
Old new me. Whatever.
Right. And have you had faced any judgment from your friends, people, or that
So I had
probably jealousy too, right?
You know what? It's a mix. I think what happens is, and you know this, and people. As you, I think, hopefully watch the show, you'll see people who have their transitions and what happens in the healing process. And I think what happens a lot, and happened for me, is family got really scared the initial couple first weeks because you are swollen.
Yeah.
I had a facelift.
And they're like, what did you do to yourself?
And then it's like, you don't look like yourself. It's like, I'm swollen and I'm healing. It's like looking at a hand after I break it and saying it doesn't look like, give it a minute.
Yes.
So I got a lot of people saying, you don't look like yourself. You look different, I like the old you. And I think that one of the things was the biggest was the upper lip, because at first it was up, but it's swelling, so people could see my teeth.
Yeah.
And I have friends like, oh, I never saw you. Well, fast forward 2 months later, I look exactly the way I'm supposed to look, and it just looks like a younger version of me. But I did get a lot of kind of wish you wouldn't have done it then. Right. Now I'm getting, oh yeah, you look great. Right. I'm like, I know, thanks.
Right, yeah. I know. And I mean, people, again, everyone can have their own opinions. That's just part of it, right? People are always going to judge.
At the same time, you're getting the inbox. It's like, don't say anything, but what's your doctor's number?
Yeah, exactly.
I got those too. And what exactly did you get done? And how much did that cost? And then it's like,
Right,
yeah. The side text.
Right. And now I think there's one more thing. He's going to do a little fat. Is that what he said?
He's going to do a little fat. So what he did, so again, he'll tell you about, for me, I don't know about everybody, he could be an expert on that, but filler was really bad for me. Right. And it remains underneath your skin, and it aged me. Just talking about myself. So now, I think Botox once since I've done it, and I did it back in September 29th. Right. I haven't done anything. Okay. So what we're looking at now is the face is going back to normal, and he said he wants to take a little bit of fat. I think he takes it from inner thigh. And I just wanted to take it now just to take it. Just take it. I don't even care if we use it. Just get the fat. And then he's going to do a little in my cheeks, I think, and right here. Okay. Because I went back finally for the post-op, and I put it off because I've been traveling and winter, blah, blah. Right. But I went back for post-op. So we finally now, hopefully, we'll see the befores and afters, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah. So talk to me about your skin, because I think it looks beautiful, and I want to see, have you had a change, or did you always have nice skin?
That's a great question. No. Okay. I didn't. No, I think one of the things that the doctor would tell us about is that because I did filler for so long, it does affect your skin, because first of all, it's not going to be flat because you got bumpy dumpies. They go where they want to go. He'll tell you, I think, I had a piece of filler that was down here.
Really?
I had a bump down here that I thought was my face. Turned out it was filler. So I think what happened is once he removed all the filler and I had my natural skin on top of my bones where they used to be, I think I care more about my face. Right. He took out all the stuff that aged it, and now it's like, what am I putting on it? What am I eating? What am I drinking? I mean, I have McDonald's and wine, and I'm drinking champagne. It's not like I'm doing a vegan diet. Right. I do all the things. But I'm very conscious about washing it now, the right moisturizers. You have a great line of moisturizers. Yes. Cleansers. I think it's super important that you take care of your skin. Once you dive in and do a facelift, right? Why did you put that money in? So tanning, this is one tanning. I've been tanning, right?
And you do?
I know, but I have very light skin, and I'm going to be going to Miami in 2 days. So I'd gone to the tanning salon, and everyone's like, you can't do that. You had a facelift. And it's like, I know I shouldn't do that, but it's also better than burning in the sun, which I would be doing had I not did the base. Okay. But lots of water, really good moisturizers, really good skincare, and no fillers. Go ahead and get the fat transfer. Right. And
do you find, because I remember, so I've done my upper lids, but I do feel like because when you have that extra skin, it's like it feels different when you put the makeup on. It's like,
Bizarre.
I mean, like you have a younger face again. Because, like literally like the skin would move around, as you're putting makeup
First
on.
of all, I had flaps. You're going to see the pictures. I didn't realize I had complete coverage. Like I had I couldn't see. I didn't even know I couldn't see.
Right.
So for me, eyelashes are crazy to put on because I do put on my own eyelashes.
Okay.
So that's nuts because I'm like, I don't have any skin to pull back. I just shut my eye and put it on.
Right.
Like, used to go like this, Yeah. Yeah, everything's different. Makeup's different, clothing's different. I do my hair different. Lipstick colors everything's different. Everything's different. It's the best thing I've ever done.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So good. It's just one small thing changes everything. Right.
I mean, you gotta have the right.
Right.
You gotta have the right doctor.
Yeah.
We had the right doctor.
Right. Okay. So you now have changed your face. You've gone through 2 seasons of your podcast. Like, what's next? What's on the horizon for Kelley Fahey of Still Can't Cook?
So thank you for asking. Definitely season 3. We're going to take off for January, and then we're going to come back February with season 3. We're going to have some surprises. It's going to be a little bit of a shift.
Okay.
Season 1, I did the every other episode I had an interview.
Okay.
And it turned out that my solos were doing better than my guests. Love you guys. But not that I don't want guests. Love you so much. But so in season 2, I did all solos and then 1 episode with my friend Donnell Rawlings, which was fantastic.
Right. You and your celebrity friends.
Me and my celebrity friends. Someone's got to have them. So in season 3, I think we're going to do people I don't know. It's going to be other newer faces, people I don't know, interviews. I'm going to be on more podcasts.
Right.
You're my jump off. This is my first time on someone else's podcast.
Yay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I think it's going to be super exciting. And then personally, I think the travel, I'm a travel consultant as well. So the travel agency is doing really well. A lot of my friends are still booking with me. That's doing great. Lots of personal travel. And I think I'm going to start dating. That's going to be new face, new me, new guy.
So have you gone on the apps since you had your new face?
I have, but on the apps I have my old face pictures, which is weird.
That's funny because usually the pictures look way younger and then they come looking older. Why would you? That would be bad. Like, I don't know. I guess then you.
I'm like, if you liked me then, you're gonna love me now,
right.
kind of thing, right? No, because I don't know. Some of the pictures are fun and the contrast is too much because it does look different. You guys will see when we give you the pictures.
Right.
So I don't want it to be like, oh, she clearly had a facelift. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
Because I don't want you.
Because people could be judgy too. Yes.
This is one of the things when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Someone would have a nose job, and then you would immediately think, "Oh, she must have been so ugly." It's like she didn't have to have a hook. She could have had a little bump. People.
Yeah.
So with the facelift, I don't want people immediately thinking that it was like that the whole body was Shar-Pei'd. It was just the face. So I haven't worked the new pictures in yet, and I haven't gone on a date yet. With the new face.
Right. Oh, well, so that'll be interesting.
Too intimidating, maybe.
But I do think a lot of people. The right guy would appreciate that you are maintaining yourself, right?
Where is he?
Gotten the facelift, right? And the right guy may have had a facelift himself too, by the way.
Wow. Can you find him? Excuse me out there.
Right?
Wherever the right guy is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know where he is.
I know. Well, so everyone I know is on Hinge. Like, I don't know. That's the one that
Hinge.
people. Okay. Yeah.
You don't get past conversation, which is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
We can talk about that a whole episode.
Yes.
But you don't get past the conversation on these apps. But no, I haven't.
Yes.
But I want my face to match the rest of me and to go on dates. And
right. Okay. And so for season 3, will you go on dates on the
100%.
podcast?
Go on dates, so
then you have to find the people that are willing to be on camera too. That's the thing.
I can talk about them afterwards. They might not be on camera.
Oh, okay.
But they're going to be.
Right. You're just documenting the before and after.
I'm going to talk about you on camera.
Okay. Yes.
I talk about everything.
Of course.
On the podcast, if I go on a date, someone said to me first season, so what if we had sex? I'm like, first of all, cart before the horse, buddy. Way. Cart before the horse. And he's like, what would you talk about? And I'm like, every single second of it. Of course, have you watched my podcast? What don't I talk about? But season 3, I'm going to date with my new face.
Oh, that's so exciting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to tune in for that.
Maybe season 4, come up with, I'm married and the whole thing's crazy.
Oh my gosh, you never know.
I'll decide to have a kid.
Right?
Get on that, Dr. Berlet, make sure you can make that happen. What kind of surgery that would take.
Hopefully you had some frozen eggs.
In my fridge, but they're not mine.
No.
Yeah, they're not baby chicken.
Right.
Closest I'm getting to a kid.
Right, exactly. Okay.
Anyway.
Well, you have Oliver. He's your kid.
I have Oliver. He's my baby.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, so let's get Dr. Berlet on, and we'll talk about the process.
Get him under the knife.
All right. So we're back with Dr. Berlet, and I want to hear First about, do you remember meeting Kelley at Capitol Grill? What she was talking about? And it was only a year ago, but
it was about a little over a year ago. It was right at the beginning of January.
December.
She was talking, was it December?
December 10th.
All right, so we were both talking about starting our new lines in New York.
Oh, okay.
So she was starting her podcast, and I opened my office here in the city, so changed everything.
Sort of aligned, yes.
We were embarking on our new journey together.
Right. Okay. And so she's talked about, it's interesting because she's one of the few she did the facelift under general anesthesia, right? Mm-hmm. And she also talked about how she had a lot of filler in her face. If she had been under local, would that have been, because it sounded like you had to, deal with a lot of this splotches of...
well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That doesn't change it. You'll see it when you're in there, in some places. Okay. Sometimes if it's in certain areas like the lower lids, we'll melt it before we do anything. If it's really heavy through the jowls, we'll melt it there.
So you melt it pre-op?
Couple
Did you melt me?
I don't think so.
See, that's what I'm going to say. I think it's probably hard. Do you remember exactly how much crap I had in my face?
But you had a lot through here.
Yeah,
Here. I was like, wow, I was really surprised. Because when we open the deep tissues, a lot of I hate to say it, the filler oozed out. You can see it. It's just like a clear jelly that just sort of oozes out.
When had you last done filler?
Literally, he told me I couldn't do it for 6 months, and I didn't.
Okay.
That's the first thing he said to me. He was like, you have a very thin spasma.
Smaz.
A very thin smaz. Anyone who's looking for a chick with thin smaz. I have thin smaz. We don't know what that means. But he was like, he said, you had radius here, and you have juvenile here, and he's like, and in your neck, and he literally, and I had this thing over here. He's like, and it slid down over here. But I just was sitting there all wrapped up you're right, I would never do it again. I'm so sorry. But it changed my face, the scraping of it, for sure.
It helps. Because it causes a chronic inflammation at some level. And you really it doesn't completely dissolve, ever. Mm-hmm. You always have some remnant of it. They've had some studies where they show MRIs or something where they show the filler, and it's amazing. Years later, and it's still there, just sort of redistributed.
I have a question. Yeah. So back in the old days, they say if you passed away and you had breast implants, the breast implants would last and the body would be decomposed. Would the filler stay and then be a dead person with just filler?
Probably.
That's creepy. That is creepy.
That's kind of a morbid.
Yeah,
right. I don't think many people are looking, but
what's crazy? People are going to worry about
people are so prone to do it. I mean, I know from him, but we laymen outside, you do filler. You don't know about fat transfer. I never heard of that in my life.
I know. It's just not well publicized. Yeah,
it should be. Pay attention.
Yeah,
it's a whole different game because people, like you said, we asked about the skin. If he didn't clean out my face, if I went and if I did filler again in 6 months, I'd look like a freak again. Well, old again.
No.
Okay, never mind. No.
No, I mean, the filler has some advantages. Obviously, it's been a great tool for a lot of people for a lot of years, but it has limitations. And there's a certain amount, at a certain point, filler starts looking ridiculous because it's you're trying to use something, to fix something that isn't the right treatment. Basically, your face falls, and you can try to fill it out, but you really need to reposition it. So if you're trying to compensate with a filler, because that's your only tool, then it can be overdone. And there are certain areas that are not good, like below the eyes. It should never be done there, ever.
But realistically, filler, you have to continuously do it. Fat transfer, what I learned from you, is that almost 80%, 70 to 80% remain once you do it. So why is this not more? Is it because the companies, sorry about big pharma, but why? I never heard of fat transfer.
Just because I think
it's so much more cost effective, and it's your own body in your own body.
Well, think of who can do it, right? So you can do dermatologists. I mean, you have everybody, dentists. I've seen orthopedic surgeons.
They're all doing filler.
Oh, so it's so I can go get I can get a flu shot and filler at the same place at Dwayne.
Totally, at the dentist.
Not really,
really. But then it's only people who have the skills that are able to do the fat.
So it's
fat grafting is a little bit more of it's more of a surgical procedure. You have to aspirate fat, then it reproduces, then you put it back in certain areas, and there's this technique's been refined. It's better and better and better.
And he spins it, and it's macro, micro,
there was a surgeon Sidney Coleman, who really brought fat grafting to the forefront. I mean, it was done before that, but he modified it, and then you have cannulas that put it out the side so you have less chance of any embolus. They
Of a what?
Embolus, which is a little something that would go into an artery and block off the blood
Embolism?
supply to embolism. It's the same idea.
Oh, I don't know. What
Embolus is the
non-doctor.
so it's like a clot throwing into a vein or artery. Worse than artery, because then whatever goes beyond it loses its blood supply.
Oh.
So you can end up with a little aortic necrosis. You could end up blind. You can end up with a lot of things. So nothing's without some possibility of complications. Those are all fortunately very rare, but they've used finer cannulas that shoot it out the side. So you can use microfat around the eyes, which is just tremendous rejuvenation that we haven't been able to do in the past because the particles are too big.
And that's what you can do now.
Yeah.
Are we doing that? What are we doing?
Yeah, we're doing that.
We're doing that.
So yeah, it's
Episode
fantastic.
2, Kelley Fahey.
We use a lot of volume in our face. There's multiple fat pads in our face, and they dissolve or reduce as we get older. Some get bigger in the neck. This is typically almost an egg coming across here when you're younger, and then as you get older, it falls and it separates. You get that valley in your cheek.
Do I have that?
Yeah, you do. Sorry.
See, that's a good thing. He doesn't lie. I was like, that's why when we met, my friend was like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. He's like, no, you don't need it. You need all of it. You need that. I was like, what do I need? He was like, and this and this and this. I was like, oh, geez, Louise. Because she was good. She wanted everything done, and you told her no.
Ellen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. But she definitely needs her eyes. Yeah, that would be a great benefit for her. But anyway, you have that little, it's the process, classic aging process. So you lose a little volume around the mid-face here, and it's amazing.
And now, she had the facelift end of September. Now we're in January. She could have done the fat sooner, right? It's just a matter of time and scheduling, right? Because what would ideally,
2 months after.
2 months after?
I mean, there are plenty of surgeons who will do it at the same time.
Right.
I just feel limits where you can put it.
And also, it's better to settle so you can actually see.
I kind of like that too.
Yeah, I like
So
that
I didn't
idea.
miss my mark here, did I?
Not at all.
You can do it anytime.
You can do it
yes.
anytime.
You can do it before. I mean, like you could have done it,
And you get to keep, 50, 60%, maybe 70% of the fat forever. However, that atrophy process continues. So it doesn't mean you'll never.
God, that is such an old word.
Yeah.
It's the words for all, like atrophy. Like,
It just sounds awful.
It's
doesn't it?
awful.
Yeah.
And it's what we're all
But that's
doing.
part of the aging process.
Yeah, I gotta love it. They gotta come up with
So
more.
you're losing volume and as you get older anyway, and that you don't stop that process. You just fill what you've lost.
Okay.
That's my next step.
Right.
And the stem cells and the fat actually has stem cells around it.
Which is
So that's the magic formula that rejuvenates some of the skin, gives you a glow.
And what's the downtime? Like how long? What's the procedure? How long?
Everybody's a little different. Some people
care about it.
are really veiny. You can get a little bruising. You are very fair, so you're more apt to bruise than the average bear, but not too veiny. So if you don't get any veins, you could be good the next day.
Do I have to go into general again?
No.
I'm such a chicken.
The numbing hurts, though.
I'm such a chicken. I really am a chicken. Aren't you glad I did general? Because I would have been a mess.
I am so glad.
I would have been. He was like,
But everybody's different.
Yeah,
There's some
everybody's
people like, no problem. I can definitely do that.
no, I would have been a mess.
Especially if you're picking all the fillers, she would have been losing her mind.
I would have been. I would have been full conversation with my face on a tent. I would have like, so anyway, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it would have been terrible.
Yeah. And you're a talker, so.
Word.
Yeah, word.
But with the actual fat grafting, having done it, the numbing. I mean,
Where
with
did
a
you do
lot
it?
of. No, I did this here.
Oh, I didn't know you did it.
Yeah.
And you can see she doesn't have that valley.
Yeah.
But she did.
I don't.
I
have a
did, and
valley.
She really had the valley.
Yeah.
She had some significant orbital rimming.
Yeah. It's funny, when I look at like pictures of my 30s, I look actually in some ways older. I'm like hollow and so it's interesting.
Thanks, man.
Yes. Next up.
It's good to have these tools today.
Yeah.
Right.
It changes everything.
And as far as with everything that she did, right? What made her a candidate for the lip lift?
The lip was long.
Okay. It wasn't anything scientific.
Say something nice about me, please.
Nothing profound, but
It's the aging process.
It's funny because you don't know your lip
The
is
lower
long.
face,
Yeah.
this elongates. This is part of
Right.
the elongation. And so if
Yeah.
you just lift this up, this stays long. This mid face
Okay, and then
Still can look a little.
I see. And she said you took fat from here and put it in her. Not why not the SMAS?
No. I took it from the SMAS.
She did the SMAS.
Oh, I thought you took it from here.
No. I did take fat from there, but
Where'd you put that fat? Someone else has my fat. Get over here. Where'd that fat go?
Our job is the kitchen.
It's fine with me. I don't cook, so it's fine.
Right. No, he took this worm-like thing.
Oh, remember that thing that you had that you put a stitch across?
Yeah.
And then you pulled it out, and Ellen was screaming. So I didn't know what was happening, but again, he pulled the whole thing out of my face, and I was fine. But he clipped my eye. Remember how bad I was with the eye? Anything he touched with my eye was a mess. But he was like pulling staples out, stepping on my neck, ripping them out.
No.
He didn't really stuff.
We do some quilting stitches along here.
To keep it up.
It looks like you're the bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Your head sewn on.
Yeah.
But they're out in 5 days, but they hold all the skin next to the muscle.
But you don't know it's there. So you're kind of like this, and you don't know why you're like this. And I'm like, in a couple of days, I'll eat. Yeah. And then he scratched one scab off and pulled the string out from underneath my face.
Kind of.
Well, I mean, you already got a different version of it. But
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I recall.
That's your version. That's fine. Look at that.
The fun version.
That's a good one.
All right. Well, and have you heard that now the next season 3 of Still Can't Cook, she's going to start dating with the new face?
I love it.
Dating with the new face.
Yeah.
That should be the name of my podcast.
Right.
Dating with the new face.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to start dating with the new face. So if you haven't
Dating with a new face and learn to cook.
No.
Never.
Never learned to cook.
Never learned to cook.
Never learned to cook. I agree. All right. Well, so cheers. Cheers to Kelley. What marvelous, fabulous guest, the beautiful green eyes.
Thank you.
And cheers to you, Dr. Berlet.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Changing lives everywhere. Well, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Once Upon a Surgery. And also, don't forget to subscribe. And if you liked my guest, Kelley Fahey, she has her own podcast, Still Can't Cook. It's informative, it's delightful, and it's funny, most of all. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Let me know if there's more material you're interested in seeing. And we will see you next time on Once Upon a Surgery.